Hi there and welcome back to Tungsten Tales. Today I'm here for a week in darts and looking back at the World Series of Darts finals over in Amsterdam, where we saw Dirk van Duijvenbode and Gavin Price compete in another TV final and another TV tournament going the way of the Welshman Price. He really seems to be finding that extra gear at the moment, and it was apparent up on that stage that he seemed to have refound that form. We saw at the World Match Play just a couple of months ago, he was finding that dart in the treble 20, and it looked, although Gerwyn Price was very much back to his best, he's continued that in the European events and on the Pro Tour as well over the last 8 weeks or so, and with a win on the TV, it could be a very, very strong end to the year for the Welshman, and maybe even a second world title looming for the Iceman. But the man I want to focus on for this particular video is Dirk van Duijvenbode and his quest, you could say, for a possible Premier League spot. Now, I know it's very early to be talking about the Premier League. We're still, 4-5 months away from that all kicking off, but we do need to start considering which names are going to be in and which names are going to be out. Many people have suggested Danny Noppert after his win in the UK Open, after some of the terrific TV form we've seen from the Dutchman, but could another Dutchman be joining him, and you would assume Michael van Gerwen, in the Premier League, in Dirk van Duijvenbode? We saw him reach the final of the World Grand Prix and the final of the Dutch World Series event, as well as that final this weekend at the World Series of Darts finals in Amsterdam. So no, he hasn't won a TV tournament just yet, but he does seem to be edging ever closer. And how many players that haven't won a TV tournament in that calendar year have made it into the Premier League? I'm not going to do the maths, but there have been plenty, to say the least. Now, it's not necessarily the success on the stage, although he's definitely a better player than he was 2 years ago, that means I think Dirk van Duijvenbode should get into the Premier League. It's stage presence, it's character, it's all those sort of things. He's certainly one of the most exciting players in the world at the moment, and he really fits that Premier League mould. I think much like Dimitri did a couple of years ago, he's one that's very much loved by the fans. And I think it would be a similar story for Dirk. There's certain players that don't quite fit the Premier League mould, but with the walk-on and the 180s and just his on-stage persona, I think Dirk van Duijvenbode and the Premier League are a perfect fit. Now, you can let me know your comments and your ideas in the comments below. We're not going to run through a full Premier League lineup just yet. We'll wait until a couple more events have passed before we get onto something like that. But for now, do you think Dirk van Duijvenbode is in that 10 for the Premier League? Let us know. I'll check out the comments and try and get back to some of you, and I'll see you next week.